Okay, before I give a tour of the actual park itself, I want to address one thing that is actually how inaccessible the park is. As you see, we have a nice cemetery over here, but if you look over here, it's this entrance onto the highways of Jackie Robinson. So you'll notice that the actual walk to the park, which is over there, isn't very pedestrian friendly. So I'll hide those obstacles along the way. But yeah, see them. So here we have an extension of that same graveyard, as well as a nice view of the Highland Sea back there. Usually there's a lot more traffic, but it is early on Sunday morning, so usually this is slow hour. But you can hear the cars goes by, but the noise is actually a little bit deafening. Combine that with the honking of like a late Friday night or mid to late Saturday morning, or any kind of rush hour. It's a little hostile. And here we have kind of a sidewalk that goes to the park. You'll notice that there's actually quite a bit of trash along the cemetery gate here. And we had a storm last night, so actually probably most of it's been cleared out. It's taken by the water. Actually usually a lot more dirty than this. People it's not in a good shape. I try to imagine like let's say a family, you know, a mom and dad, 2 kids. There's like a single mom with a stroller, you know, climbing up this hill. It's up isn't a problem, right? But it's just like this, the lack of caring for the actual way to the park itself. It's like the only thing up there. So this is really the only function the sidewalk is used for. It's just really not that pretty. I mean, these cars going by, but again, they're going pretty slow because it is Sunday morning. But usually it is a lot faster. So yeah. So I think this is easily the worst part about the walk. Like from this line here, things get a little more dangerous. Not in a sketchy way, but you'll see what I mean. Besides for the increased frequency of this like litter. This is the sidewalk you have to walk on to get to the park. And one thing you can notice immediately is that's very, very narrow. And right alongside of Jackie Robinson, there's the exit right there, entrance right there, the exit's down there. We'll pass by it also. We'll actually have to cross over it, which is a little silly. And my biggest complaint is that there really is nothing separating yourself from the oncoming traffic. As you see this narrow sidewalk, I think maybe a barrier could put in place, or maybe a green wall, some sort of like trees, or is something, right? Because it's very uncomfortable for pedestrians to be walking alongside all this. And yeah, how close you can see. And this is actually very, very important because, as you can see, accidents are frequent here, right? We have all these car parts littered around. We'll pass by some more, I'm sure. We already passed by some. It just, I can't see how, besides this beautiful view, how this would be enjoyable to any family. Yeah, we're actually closing in the park right now. It's probably another 3 minutes from where I am. I'm just gonna have to raise my voice because these cars passing by are quite loud. We hear some honking back there and see some backup. Yeah, well, I'll see you at the park. Okay, so this is really what the intersection I was talking about, that we have to cross to get to the park, which is right across it. Immediately you'll notice there's no like kind of stop sign here. It's just the entrance onto the ramp, 20 miles per hour. You can slow down, but never once in my life have I noticed a driver looking to get like to stop and I get on, right? It's an immediate rush on, there's no slowing down. So the first thing to worry about is oncoming traffic coming from this direction, and no one here ever signals, so you can never tell if they're coming or not. And then what you have to worry about is oncoming traffic coming from this direction, because no one signals here either. Finally we have a green light, but they'll still turn without looking. You know, it happens all the time. This, we have the Jackie Robinson exit off right here, and another one off right here. And a trend I noticed is that while there is a stop sign here, it's not for the pedestrian's sake, it's more for to yield to other cars. They actually overshoot this white line quite a bit. And there's not really expecting any pedestrians here. I can't even blame them because look how inaccessible the park is from the side. Luckily no one's coming off though, so we're set. And immediately we're walking to the park. We have the barriers, which helps. I don't think the cars better run off the road and kill me. This is Highland Park. as far as operating hours and rules and stuff. Pretty standard for any park. And we have this nice little shed here, which is public bathrooms and water fountains. A little sign right here. We do have ball fields. There are more ball fields down here. And there's actually a parking lot all the way down there. People park their cars and come to this park. We'll be walking along this trail, which kind of like trails along the Jackie Robinson, or edges along the Jackie Robinson. But it does provide good access to the park, and we'll see some really cool things. Some birds over here. So yeah, and the view does come a bit more into sight from this direction too. I know my hands aren't the most stable right now. But as we go further and further down, the tips of Manhattan skyscrapers come into view. And it's a pretty foggy day, so you'll always see some pretty standard gray outlines. But at night, it's absolutely beautiful. You have all those lights on. You lay here on the grass and just look at it. That's what I was doing last night. Yeah. So maybe the park does look kind of small from the get-go. It's actually way more massive than I thought. I think a lot of it is like kind of winding paths to take you around. I was here last night. I never realized I actually never fully explored the park. So I'm walking down here and I already have bad eyesight. And I realized, wait, I've never been to this part of the park before, you know. I'm a little lost, so I found my way out. Here's the video I was talking about. Yeah, and I'll bring you guys back when I have something more interesting to show you. Okay, so this is where we're at right now, a little further down that trail I was on earlier. I do have a question. Well, I don't know if it's possible to find out. But I don't know if this landscape is natural, because you see it's very, very hilly as you go down. Things pop up, and even it's not worse, but you'll see more of that effect down there. Here is the parking lot I was talking about earlier, where people can park their cars. I actually see quite a lot of volleyball games go on. You see the net set up in it, which I think is interesting. And right across from there is a Ridgewood Reservoir, and after these like three giant pits, which is like, you know, obviously as the name implies, they provide water for Brooklyn and Queens for a while. People walking the dog to the right of me. That was shut down quite a while ago, so now it's like this giant forest, and you'll have these pathways that go over these three pits, which are go pretty deep, and like trees will be coming out of it. It's really beautiful. And now I want to focus my attention on the Highland Park though, because I think some of the lesser known parks from New York City will definitely like very lesser known, but something that's just so beautiful I have to share. I'm very unsure what this kind of brick little building is. Off-road here. I mean, it's certainly pretty. I don't know if we have the fun inside, beautiful aesthetic purposes. I was thinking last night trying to find some plaque, but there's nothing to read. But now it's daylight, maybe we'll find something more obvious. Some pathways going down here, as you see. Maybe I could get an interview with this guy. See that dude's dog over here? Sorry, I'm Lucian.
Yeah, sorry. How's it
Okay,
going?
good.
Yeah, I came from the baseball field.
Mm-hmm.
I come through the playground. I come to the baseball field, and I just kind of
Yeah.
wherever my dogs take me. That's
Yeah.
kind of the area I go.
Do you really know the purpose of this like brick little building thing?
No, you know what? I've been here probably 20 years, and it's always kind of been there. I've never seen it for any purpose.
Yeah. Do you feel like the park is a little like pedestrian unfriendly? I noticed I came from that direction, walking along the Jackie Robinson exits and entrances, and I noticed it's a little like hostile. As in like there's like trash everywhere, and there's like clear like car parts, but there's nothing really to separate you from the highway.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, it's definitely a little bit more noticeable now. It's gotten better. You know, just the cleanliness and like the parking lot and stuff like that. But yeah, definitely it's not that pedestrian friendly. I mean, it's a little bit more so if you come from the other side. Mm-hmm. But even then, it's you know, that main road it's almost very similar to the highway.
Got it. Okay.
It's one lane, very big. You know, it's you know, they have the speed bump there. But yeah, I get what you're saying. It's definitely not pedestrian friendly. There's not a lot of crossings. You would probably have to go down a block to actually get a clear crossing to actually park right in front of it.
Okay. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it, man. Have a good day. Okay, and you'll notice that we're still on this kind of trail, and there's so many trails we go on. This kind of hill thing, which I actually think is really, really fascinating. Let's go up there soon. But it's actually open for bikers. As you can see, we have this kind of divider over here. Not that I see many bikers over here. I did see a jogger just past me. So there's this sign here, if you check it out. And these lights, thankfully, they do work at night, so the park is somewhat lit up. I have some photos, I could try to include them in the presentation. It's a work in progress. Okay, let's go up this hill. See if we get a good view of the rest of the park. So it gets a bit more woodsy up here, as you see. I really am curious. I haven't been to this park in a while. What's like? It's gonna look like during the spring and summer when these like trees really bloom. I'm surrounded by them right now. As you see here, that is something I want to check out later. Well, I'll show you guys later. It's called the Hanging Gardens of Brooklyn, and there's a plaque there, and we can read it together. That is an exit out of the park over here that goes through Cypress Hills. Actually really cool. That's a house right there. And how much that costs. I noticed this part of the park last night was a little less lit up than others. Well, I don't have any complaints to that. So we have like a baseball game happening over here. The ball field shot they got before we were just talking about. So let's make our way down. And this is my personal favorite part of the park. Okay. So a nice view of that, and we're gonna go this way though. And over here we have this little dip in elevation and this beautiful stonework on the side. And as we walk further up the stonework, I might have given away the surprise already. I've showed you guys it, but hopefully not. I just really love paths like this. Kind of curious how old this stone is, like when it was placed here. I was like sitting here last night just like looking at the rest of the park, and from about this bend you get a pretty good view of this bridge over here, which is absolutely beautiful. We could go around this way and go down it. And as you see, the park is pretty empty. And I don't know if it's business as usual because they do come here at weird times. I don't know if anyone's coming here on a Sunday morning when it's raining out. But I was here about Saturday, which is like last night at 9 p.m. I think I only saw one other person the entire time I was here, which gave me a nice feeling. But I'm sure if you're looking at Friday into Friday, or maybe like school dismissal times, which I don't know if there's any schools nearby that can really gain access to the park, but maybe some parents drive their kids here. I have seen ATVs, which are illegal in New York City, but still kind of cool. I want to watch drive one really bad. You can see these track marks of them in the middle, this mud area. I'm wearing boots, so I'm kind of set. I really just want to walk underneath this bridge to get a better view of it. Here the sunwork you can see. So again, this really brings up the question, like, is this natural or was this kind of landscape like Central Park was? Because it is quite a bit of a decline in elevation. I'm kind of walking the mud right now. There's a really clear path to this bridge. I don't know who's supposed to like really walk down here. I don't think anyone does. Let's go around this way. It kind of looks like it was worked on before. And here we have this bridge, and a little wider than it looks from this thing. I'm not sure if cars. I'm sure they allow golf carts to go on it and stuff if you know we're here for the park. But what exactly goes over it, because it's very wide. I'm probably see from the inside. pretty as you'd think. Underneath the bridges. These lights were not on last night. Hope E plus that I'm really happy right now. So it has this nice old feel to it. Here's the Cypress Hills neighborhood over here. Pretty right now. It's really hard to say with the lights on and the shadows the hills make and stuff. It's just beautiful. This area was kind of sketchy last night though. Well, not because there's actually any danger here. The lights were off, so kind of feel like you're in a horror movie. These houses are beautiful right along here, and they're very, very lucky. Like their backyard is literally like some massive park. So I think we're gonna check out the Hanging Gardens, and then we're gonna head back and maybe I'll choose a different path, which I haven't tried before, so no promises there's anything too cool, but yeah, it's gonna be fun. So we're approaching the Hanging Gardens. There's some kind of like community volunteer installation. We have a sign right here, you go read it real quick. Solar panel up there. Kind of bulletin board, but nothing really on here yet. Okay. So I did go on that dude's Instagram, and he's on this like eco thing. I really have not really sure what it is. I think it's mostly just an art installation, but there are plants that we grow from somewhere on here. These are speakers, maybe. These are speakers. We have these fairy lights over here. The center, and there's gonna be like a barbecue event thing on April 10th if you guys are interested in making it out here. I'm personally busy, but there's gonna be some live music. Probably it's gonna be very cool. And yeah, I really just want to reiterate how perfect a location this is for a house, and it's a very, very nice looking house too. I feel kind of weird going to the front. This is the entrance to the park. I feel very weird like going to the front and recording the house, but for the sake of, you know, research of course, I think I get a pass. Yeah, let's take a look. Again with the Jackie Robinson right here, and the noise is very disorienting, but not as bad as getting on or off of it. For noise them, but they're probably used to it, right? So we have some nice flowers planted here, probably by volunteers. It's usually the case in most parks. Same sign. Here's the actual house itself. I think it's beautiful. Like dream house, guys. Come on. Well, traffic's alongside you. Yeah, I'm gonna try to maybe make my own path back. Figure it out, guys. There's a sign right here though to read it. One thing I didn't notice is that trash cans are not too common in this park. It doesn't seem to be a giant issue though, because it doesn't seem to be that many people coming to this park. Besides, there's a ball game happening over there. And while this park certainly does feel massive right now, at night it's so much more big. It's not that you can't see everything, it's kind of revealed to you. You know, once you get there, so there's all these hills and stuff, getting vision and trees, and yeah, really, really magical, guys. You guys should check it out. You know, this is the same hill we were on earlier, but you need a chance to really take my opinion. Yeah. This is a quite deal of wildlife. I don't know if there's anything actual bigger here than birds and squirrels. I'm sure the occasional rat, but it's very, very beautiful. a question I do have is that I wonder if these sounds of the cars rushing by do scare off the birds from visiting here. You could hear some birds, but I don't know how many there'd be, or how many more there'd be if these highways or somewhere else. We're trying this path and see if we pass by this parking lot. So just show you guys the amount of space it has. I know when I was practicing for my learner's permit, I practiced in this lot, so yeah. More stonework here. Kind of curious if this extends. What it does to the grass. I kind of ate away at it though. I can't speak, guys. I'm sorry. This pathway's in the best condition, but I don't know how big of a deal it really is because it's not a major one. It does cut through kind of what's what I'm looking for, horizontally through the park. The kind of like chasm we saw earlier. Again, imagine having a window looking at this park. Just beautiful. I do want to walk along that path because I've never been down there before. Here's the beginning of the parking lot. It came up from over there. See, trash cans are definitely more frequent here. I think they know that people play volleyball here. So I think just took the entire park stash and put them all in this one place. Dr. Robinson's right there, you guys can see. And it looks like they have those like grill tables over there. I'm not sure if that's what I'm looking at, but this is the last thing to check out. That's the red building we saw, well, the tip of it at least. When we came in, some kind of barbecue happening here, yeah. So it does look like there are grill tables. Guys, I can't get over it. I'm super jealous of these people living right here. So this is about the picnic area of the park. It looks like you could park your cars right here. Play volleyball here if you want. Quite a bit of parking actually, you can just tell. The tables, trash cans, the fire pit things. Yeah, I think this concludes the tour of Highland Park. It was a pleasure having you guys come along with me. Oh yeah, you're here for nets. So yeah, pleasure to have you guys come along with me on this nice, beautiful, rainy Sunday morning. One thing I would like to mention real quick before we go, because wood chips are kind of new. Before we go, is that this actual reservoir itself has this giant path going along it, as well as other mini paths that go through the pits from the top that are elevated. And people will use it as a jogging trail and a biking trail. It's really cool. Maybe if I need to make a second final, I'll go there. But yeah, okay. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll probably want to walk along this way just to change things up. It's a very grand staircase to the reservoir right there. And yeah, I'll see you guys probably in class on Monday. Bye. Okay, nice to meet you first of all. I'm Lucien.
All right, Amy.
Amy, nice to meet you.
All right. It's a beautiful park. It's good to come picnic, quiet time, bird watching. In the reservoir is bird watching up there, right?
Really?
Yeah. So yeah. But it's a beautiful park. Nice and quiet. It's peaceful up here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How accessible would you say it is? Because I noticed when I was walking from down there, on entrances, kind of like near cars and the pathway is a little narrow.
Yeah. Well, it's a sidewalk. You see we got the cross street, the triangle street.
Yeah.
It's easy to cross if you just follow the light.
Mm-hmm.
But there's no problem getting onto this side. Cross at the light. Always cross at the light.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, but the park is simple, and it's a good park.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you have anything you want to say about the park? No, it's okay. Okay. Thank you guys.
You are welcome.
Okay, you too.